I'm Heidi Hewitt, AutoCAD Technical Marketing Manager at Autodesk, here with Matt Murphy, Director of Content Management and Development at CADlearning.com. Matt, with tool palettes, people can customize, create multiple tool palettes, and maybe they want to access different sets of tool palettes at different times. Tool palette groups is one way to do that, but I hear you have another method as well.
Oh yes. You know, one of the things about tool palette groups is you can't share them with people with early releases of the product. For example, 2004 and 2005 don't have shareable groups. So if you create a tool palette or a great enterprise palette and you want to share it with somebody with an early release of the product, you add groups, now you're in trouble because you can't share those palettes. So what I say is don't use the grouping feature, and instead demand load the palettes by setting an AutoCAD environment variable. This variable is called tool palette path. Now it's a hidden environment variable, so if you went to the setvar command, you went to look for it, or simply typed in at the command line, it'd tell you it's a command can't be found, it won't work. But if you put a star or an asterisk in front of it, followed by an underscore to run it in English, you can then set the tool palette path manually. In other words, by putting inside quotes, you can then set the path for where the palette is located. So what I typically do is this: write out that path statement in Notepad, and then copy and paste that into the command line to demand load the palette. To take it one step further, start the action recorder. And once the action recorder is running, copy and paste that into the command line, stop the recording, and now you can create a custom AutoCAD command that will demand load the palette when you need it.
Ah, that sounds great. Way to really automate the process and further improve consistency and standards and minimize those clicks and picks.
Yeah, and not display hundreds of palettes at once. Only just display the palettes you need at that time.
And that's a good point, because you can get a little palette happy and have lots and lots of palettes, which might actually slow you down if you have too many trying to find the right tools.
That's true.
So,
and this will eliminate that process and problem altogether.
That's a great point. Thanks, Matt.